Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. So, it has been a very eventful week within some YouTube circles, mine included, and it appears that asshole game developers abound in a never-ending cavalcade that refuse to make use of even a single brain cell. In the week of controversy that will not end, we have yet one more instance of a shady developer tipping their hand and showing themselves for the amoral thickwits that they are. In another ham-handed attempt to silence criticism, the developers of the game Airport Master that you are seeing on your screen now, and just so everyone knows, this is Jim Sterling's footage. I did not purchase the game, nor did I agree to any form of end-user license agreement, and this video falls under fair use as this is a journalistic piece, and I am allowed under that context. So the developer can kindly go fuck him or herself if they even try anything. But let's get back on topic, shall we? Insults and outrage will not get us anywhere. So Jim Sterling has released a video titled Airport Master Airboard Disaster, which is the video footage that you're seeing now. I will link the original video in the description below. The contents of this video aren't really pertinent to the case. And what is crucial information is that the developers, STI Studios, or Stickly Studios, have issued a takedown on Jim Sterling's channel. Not a DMCA takedown, no. I'm sure that these particular bags of tuberculotic sputum realized that Jim has received a certain amount of protection from YouTube in that regard. Now, these developers decided that because a DMCA wouldn't work, they would issue a trademark claim on Jim's channel, which is a completely separate beast altogether. Now, the video is still up, so I can assume that Stickly Games are attempting to claim the ad revenue generated from the video because they know they would be unable to take it down outright, but I'm a little unsure on this case. YouTube has no information for content creators on what a trademark strike does to your video, although we do have a small indication from a fellow YouTuber named Jimmy DeFreak from Freakin' Nitro TV, where he had received a trademark takedown on a video in which he was reviewing a Playboy energy drink. Now, I will leave a link to his video discussing that in the description. Please do go check it out and give him a sub while you're there. Someone needs to be able to benefit from all this, and I sure as hell don't want it to be the assholes perpetuating this nonsense. Now, it is worth noting that Jimmy warned me directly about this very thing several days ago, and it seems his fear that this will be the new go-to standard for shady developers might be completely justified. However, it is also worth noting that for any developer low enough and abjectly stupid enough to even attempt such a thing, I would remind you and everyone watching that this is still a legal process. Filing a claim on someone requires the support of the law, otherwise it is deemed fraudulent, and the YouTuber you are attacking most certainly has the ability to go after you in court. So for any of you mustache twirlers out there, do yourselves a favor and don't try it. This is as abjectly stupid, amoral, and illegal as a false DMCA. So on that note, let's discuss what trademark infringement is before we discuss their EULA and what this all means. Trademark is a way for a company to legally identify their brand. This logo, this company name now belongs to me and you can't use it is the extremely basic definition of the term. Trademark infringement is, and I quote, trademark infringement is the unauthorized use of a trademark or service mark on or in connection with goods and or services in a manner that is likely to cause confusion, deception, or mistake about the source of the goods and or services. Now, what this means is that you're unable to use someone's brand name in order to make someone believe that what you are passing off is theirs and not your own. It would be a bit like my taking a homebrew beer and slapping the New Belgium Brewing Company logo on it. It would be fun, but it'd be illegal. Now, this is what Stickly Games is claiming Jim Sterling has done in his video that is a review of their content. And while this is patently false, they are issuing this trademark strike using a segment of their end-user license agreement as justification. It reads, the end user recognizes that all of the rights associated with the software, as well as the rights related to the trademarks, royalties, and copyrights, are the property of Stickly Games and are protected by international laws and treaties. Any use of copyright holders' trademarks, imagery, content, videos, graphical elements, names, plot in any activity, including but not limited to producing third-party video content, electronic and on-paper publishing, creation of promotional content, etc., is only possible with prior written permission of copyright holder. And that's all in well and good, except for a few key points. First off, the simple fact that by doing so, you exceptionally limit anyone willing to potentially review your game, which basically means you don't want critics to be able to review your content. You don't want any public information to be available about your game. You do not want the consumers to be informed about your product before they purchase it. And that is a very concerning thing to have. Secondly, let me read you this little segment involving end-user license agreements courtesy of the U.S. federal government that reads, "Controlling law and jurisdiction shall reflect that federal law which will apply to the government contract, and therefore federal courts will have jurisdiction on disputes. However, it is worth noting that the federal government has been exceptionally reluctant to set a firm legal precedent in such issues, even though they do lay something out." Now, what this means is ostensibly the law versus EULAs that go against fair use have never really been put to the test, so there's no clear identifiable precedent to be able to draw from, to be able to decide who's really in the right here. But when in doubt in these instances, as always, I always go for which side most benefits the consumer. The critic who is providing information in their impressions about a game, or the developer who is doing everything they can to silence said criticism. I think the decision there is absolutely 100% clear. And Jim Sterling's willingness to provide visibility to other channels such as my own in relation to issues like this clearly marks him as a person who does care about the consumers being informed. However, the fact that this entire claim being leveraged by Stickly Games is fraudulent on trademark grounds. You see, in their About Us segment of their website, they cite 3 trademarks. The only problem is when you go to the trademark electronic search system and search for all 3, you come up with no results. So, how does one file for a trademark infringement when they have no trademark, I wonder? Well, it's possible that these people are out of country and their trademark isn't filed within the U.S. So this is, in addition, yet another duplicitous developer that is attempting to silence criticism, and they tried to take out the single most watched video regarding their game because it gave a negative review. This is despicable, it is abhorrent, and these developers deserve whatever recourse Jim Sterling decides to take. So don't forget to go show your support to Jim over this awful abuse of the YouTube trademark system. My God, they really do need to get their house in order, don't they? And while you're busy thanking God for Jim fucking Sterling's son, don't forget to drop a like and share on this video. I know that some people don't think it does any good, but public pressure and widespread awareness of these issues do help keep these numbnut developers on the back foot, and the more public outcry, the more it hurts their bottom line. So do like and share. Spread this information all over their discussion pages and forums. Raise awareness and show them that if they don't cease their anti-consumer actions and silencing criticism, then no one is going to buy their shit game. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It helps more than you might think. And if you're feeling generous, there are links to my Patreon, Twitter, and Facebook, and all that is down below. And thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I am SidAlpha, and I will see you next time.